These potato chips are illegal. A food company in the United States used flavor technology to create chips that taste like products banned in that country. Their first 3 flavors are horse meat, poisonous pufferfish, and cheese with worms. Bailey Hikawa creates some of the strangest toilet lids and seats you've ever seen, from a BLT sandwich, sunglasses, to a full breakfast. Lesbito, the bionic cat, lost both of his little legs when he escaped from his home and got hit by a car. Fortunately, he pulled through with the help of his owners and his 2 prosthetics. They call him the cyborg cat. In some public restrooms in China, you can take a urine test. You just have to pay and point here. Have you ever walked into a store or supermarket and felt a gust of air after passing through the door? They're called air curtains, and they help keep out insects and pollutants. They also maintain the temperature inside. This cockatoo is the best dentist in the world. Have you ever seen how they clean coins with lasers? The sounds seem like something out of a science fiction movie. This is the Guinness World Record for the most people knocked down like dominoes. It was broken by 2,155 people tied to mattresses. In collaboration with Smooth Technology, Doritos created a technology that cancels out the sound of crunching chips when you chew them. You probably have a friend or coworker who does this. This software cancels those annoying sounds. I never imagined kiwis made this sound. There's no doubt that birds are descendants of dinosaurs. Ridiculous built a cannon that launches bowling balls. This is a clip from their video. Watch how the ball goes through 20 trampolines like it's nothing. It was traveling at 870 kilometers per hour. Have you ever wondered where gasoline at gas stations comes from? It's pumped from underground tanks. This is how they fill them. Not all landings can be perfect. Speaking of bees, do you know why they form a sphere? It's something twisted. Bees do this when they exterminate a queen, either because she doesn't lay eggs or is an imposter from another colony. Have you ever broken or sprained a limb? Surely when it healed, they took the cast off with one of these saws. How do they make it so it doesn't cut your skin? As you can see in this slow-motion video, the disc doesn't spin but vibrates. This makes it so that only hard and rigid materials are cut, while soft and elastic ones are unaffected. It's a mechanism very similar to that of some electric shavers. In 2015, a resident of the United Kingdom named Wansky drew male members over potholes to get the government to speed up their repair. It worked. Did you know that initially, the live-action Scooby-Doo movie was rated R, which can only be viewed by those over 17? This was due to the low-cut outfits of Velma and Daphne, which had to be edited with computer effects. It won't be long before your food and drinks in restaurants are brought to your table this way. This is the tallest stack of cars in the world. The record was broken by the Chinese car brand Kyrie. It measures 11 meters. A total of 7 cars were stacked one on top of the other. This is Petite Forêt. This miniature forest is a vertical moss terrarium. You water it with steam. The lifespan of a car horn is around 150,000 honks. This is the standard worldwide, except in India. In this country, people use the horn so much that car manufacturers extend its lifespan to 500,000 honks. Heiderly imagines what the characters from El Chavo del Ocho would look like if they were black. La Chilindrina, Don Ramon, Doña Florinda, Kiko, and Chavo. This is the longest passenger bus in the world. It measures 30.7 meters and can carry up to 256 people. Did you know that Eminem has his own pasta sauce brand? It's called Mom's Spaghetti, like the line from his song Lose Yourself. There is a city in Massachusetts called Sandwich. On their cars you can read Sandwich Police. This is the largest light show of Tesla vehicles in the world. "687 cars participated. Here's how it looked from the ground. The precision of a crow and that of a seagull. Watch how the astronauts of the Artemis mission practice planting flags on the moon. They do it underwater because it's the closest thing to the moon's gravity. Soon we'll see images like these again. If your phone doesn't sound like it used to, it might be that the speakers are blocked. This is how to clean them. This is a close-up of the emoji of the sphere of Las Vegas. These are the sweet pizzas from the Pizza's Pato store. The most popular one is Ferrero Rocher. Would you like to try them? They look a bit sickly sweet. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be Superman and have lasers in your eyes? Well, Hacksmith made it a reality. This pair of lasers follows your eye movements. Watch how it destroys these balloons just by looking at them. This is what happens if you annoy the virtual shark from the Museum of Washington. Arian Enriquez creates very original sneaker designs that I wish existed, like these of Cheetos, Shrek, Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and Majin Buu. He has dozens of amazing designs on his Instagram. This is how they made the sound you hear when Mr. Krabs runs. The blood in your body accounts for about 7% of your total weight. If you put a selfie stick and a 360-degree camera on your car's trunk, you'll get shots like those in a video game. Did you know there are tools to hold your eyes open? People use them to put in contact lenses. They are jumbo dump and they make sounds with their bellies and other objects. The sound of a drop falling on the surface of the water. The sound of a bottle with a cork being opened. The sound of a UFO flying. The Greyhound is the fastest dog breed in the world. They can run at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. This was recorded from a car going 60 kilometers per hour. According to the Guinness records, Les Colley is the oldest man to father a child. He impregnated his wife at 92 years. DPR made this flipbook-style animation on a single sheet of paper. Every time he drew something, he erased it. Look how, in the end, the paper broke from so much erasing. This was the final result. This is Felix Semper, and what he has in his hands is not a sneaker. It is a sculpture made of paper. Look at this wine bottle. And this soda can. This is what happens when two basketballs collide at over 300 kilometers per hour. And why not? Some watermelons too. This is one of the most incredible ships in the world. It can drain the seabed in a matter of seconds. Here's how it works. It drains water so people can walk on it. It's used to recover treasures and objects from the ocean floor. A zeptosecond is 1/1,000,000th of a second. It is equal to 0.01001 seconds. It is the smallest fraction of time measured so far. This very short time isn't used in daily life but is of interest in certain areas of physics or chemistry. This is what's inside a lava lamp. Inside there's paraffin, which is a wax, water, dye, and chemicals that prevent fungi from forming inside. Rocco Mercurio holds the Guinness record for balancing the most poker chips on a single finger. 255. These are the expressions that actor Toby Cavell made to portray Koba in Planet of the Apes. Did you know that there were 12 puppies traveling on the Titanic? Unfortunately, only these 3 survived. This is a roller coaster where you stand up. It's called the Surf Coaster and is at SeaWorld Orlando. Would you ride it? Did you know a new ocean is forming in Africa? This rift in Ethiopia currently measures about 56 kilometers, but it expands a bit more each year. We won't be around to see it. This will happen in about 5 million years. Who wins? A cheetah or a greyhound, the fastest dog breed in the world? As you can see in the video, the feline obviously wins, but if you pay attention, you can see how the dog is giving its all while the cheetah is taking it easy. The maximum speed of a greyhound is 70 kilometers per hour, while that of a cheetah is 130 kilometers per hour. Did you know that every day and at all hours, 0.7% of the world's population is drunk? That means there are 56 million drunk people at this very moment. Alper Kokos makes puppets with his hands. He uses paint, paper, and clay to characterize different characters. Here are Ed Sheeran and Luciano Pavarotti. There are many places in the world where 3 borders meet, like this point where the borders of Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina converge. But there is only one place in the world where 4 borders meet: in Africa. What you're seeing is not a glitch in the matrix, it's a defense mechanism of quails. They remain motionless when a predator is nearby. We know which one they're going to eat. The most expensive video game console in history was the Neo Geo. It cost $650 in 1990. Today, that would be $1,566.59. Do you know what the difference is between these 2 animals? One is albino and the other is leucistic. Albinos have red or blue eyes, while leucistic animals retain some pigment in certain areas, like in the eyes or the shell of this turtle. This test measures how old your ears are. The frequency range of human hearing can change with age. Pause the video when you stop hearing. It's best to do it on a computer or with headphones. It's not as accurate on a phone. Barry Lewis created a transparent ketchup. These were the ingredients he used. What he obtained was basically a sticky, transparent soup that tastes like tomatoes. It reminds me a bit of hair gel. The guys from Carmageddon put 24 wheels on a car. The best part is that it works. Why or for what? It doesn't matter. Sea otters often cover their eyes with their paws to sleep during the day. Look how cute they look. Did you know there's a driving school in New Zealand that teaches dogs to drive? Seriously, they first teach them in a simulator. The trainers give commands at the right moment to perform different actions, starting the car, turning and changing gears. The idea is to demonstrate that a rescued dog is capable of learning new skills and behaviors regardless of its past. This is Kalpana Balan, the person with the most teeth. She has a total of 38. 32 is the usual number in case you were wondering. Did you know that people get freckles tattooed? This is what they look like at first and how they look a few days later. If you ever want to remove tape from a piece of paper, don't do it this way. If you pull the tape from both ends, you reduce the adhesive properties of the glue, allowing you to remove it without damaging the paper. Can you imagine someone coming into your house and seeing you do this? This is the Icaros exercise platform. Here you work out, improving your balance and coordination. Robert Weschler designed this carousel with 9 bicycles. This type of milk pudding is very popular in Japan. It's called neko pudding. Neko means cat. This visual installation is located in an underground passage in the city of Florence, Italy. It looks like you're inside an aquarium, but they are screens. Tennis is played on cement, clay, grass, and ice. Without a doubt, that would be the most complicated of all. This is a human yo-yo. It was made by Nitro Circus. It looks more extreme than any roller coaster. Would you try it? This is how they make drumsticks for playing the drums. The place where it rains the most in the world is the city of Buenaventura, Colombia. On average, it rains 258 days a year. This is a vapor projector. It projects images and videos onto a thin screen of water. This is how they store your luggage in the cargo area of an airplane. This map shows us where most of the meteors that have entered our atmosphere in the last 1,700 years have landed. Have you ever seen what rain looks like from beneath the sea? Antonio and Rosa are, or were, the oldest couple to get divorced. They separated after 77 years of marriage when Antonio found letters from an affair Rosa had 60 years ago. The divorce happened when Antonio was 99 years old and Rosa was 96. This is the most expensive cereal in the world, excluding collectible ones. They are miniature handmade croissants. Each box costs $50. Eduardo is the new perfume from KFC. It comes in a container shaped like fried chicken. What does it smell like? To everyone's surprise, it doesn't smell like chicken. It smells like geranium flower with mandarin, pink pepper, and bergamot. This is a megalodon and a Deinosuchus, the cousins of crocodiles and sharks. Oh yes, that thing you see there is the size of a person compared to these monsters. Brick scale. AV built a car made entirely of Lego. Absolutely everything is made with toy bricks, the gear lever, the steering wheel, and the seats. The only things not made of Lego are a steel frame and the tires. The best part is that it works. This is Cecil, a very good puppy who one day ate $4,000. Look at how his owners try to recover their money by checking his poop and piecing together this puzzle of bills. In the end, they managed to recover $3,550. This is because banks will exchange damaged bills as long as 50% is present. Robert Veschler took 7 years to finish this sculpture made entirely of pennies. In total, there are 100,000 coins that weigh almost 250 kilograms. Did you know that you can control your phone and computer with your mouth? This device acts like a mouse for your tongue. It rests on your palate and reads the movements of your tongue as if it were a trackpad. It is designed for people with impairments and disabilities. Did you know that chewing gum for 1 hour a day can prevent you from going bald? Chewing gum can increase blood circulation in the head and make hair grow thicker. This is how the retirement ceremony for police dogs is done in some places in the United States. Bruno Abruel and Fabian Montelanico cooked the pizza with the most types of cheese in the world. In total, they used 101 different varieties of cheese. It doesn't look very appetizing, to say the least. This original restaurant is located in China. Your table is in the middle of an artificial pond. The walls are transparent so you can see the fish. The speed of a sneeze is up to 150 kilometers per hour. The speed of a fart is up to 15 kilometers per hour. Check out this funny video made by Pablo Roche with popcorn kernels and a microwave. He had to make several attempts, but in the end, it came out perfect. This is how they capture a person's movements to then make animations like the ones you see in video games and applications. This is Leonel Campos Garcia, the tallest man in Mexico. He is 2 meters and 30 centimeters tall. This is the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. And this is the approximate size of the meteorite that struck Yucatan, Mexico 66 million years ago, which is believed to have caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. Did you know there is a nacho cheese liquor? It's no joke. This company called Empirical makes it. This is the most expensive collectible card in history so far. It is the 1952 Mickey Mantle baseball card. It sold in 2002 for $12.6 million. This is the longest wig in the world, measuring 351 meters. Can you believe what Luis Cardoso did for the music video of one of his songs? He is not only a musician, but he is also certified to fly a paraglider. Biohazard coffee is the strongest coffee in the world, containing 928 milligrams of caffeine. It has more caffeine than energy drinks. I think it could even wake up a zombie. Every July 27th in Finland, a tradition known as Unikion Päivä is celebrated, where the last family member to wake up is thrown into a lake by the rest of the family. Did you know that when manatees sleep, their bodies automatically do this? They rise and breathe air while they are asleep. You can tell they are asleep by how they land on their faces. Did you know there is a cactus that looks like a T-Rex? It's found in the Phoenix Desert, Arizona. Can you imagine carrying your own set of cutlery on your nails? A fork, knife, and even a little spoon. When you feel sad, remember what the C6 vertebra of your neck looks like. It resembles a very happy animal. Did you know that in the past, soda cans had a different mechanism for opening? They were pulled open this way. They changed it because the metal that came off was too thin, which led to several accidents. Peak Experiment built the Lego cart with the most wheels ever. There are 200 in total. It looks like a snake. This video you see on screen was sent from a space probe in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter to Earth. It is a NASA test to transmit messages through space using lasers. The video took only 2 minutes to arrive. By the way, the kitten is named Taters. At first glance, this house seems ordinary, but inside its walls is the largest indoor aquarium in Europe. You can even dive in it. A McDonald's cup can hold liquid for up to 231 days. Did you know about the cayamito? It is native to Central America and the Caribbean. Many call it the galaxy fruit. This is eDefense, the largest earthquake simulator in the world. It allows creating earthquakes of different magnitudes and studying how structures react to such events. Its main purpose is to improve the safety and resilience of buildings. These are the supercars of the Turkish police. They were sponsored, or rather seized, from an organized crime group. This is what happens when you put a gummy bear in a container of potassium chloride. This is the first time something like this has happened in history. A tie during a competition. The judges could not determine a winner. Both competitors took home the gold. Did you know that otters wag their tails like dogs when they are happy? During the Christmas season, 28 Lego sets are sold worldwide every second. This is how raisins are made. Grapes lose moisture and become wrinkled and dried. Esfin, a Labrador dog, has a very special job. He collects the baseball bats that players ruin. They are thrown away when they hit the ball. Refrigerator doors are magnetic because children used to get trapped inside them. Before 1956, refrigerator doors could only be opened from the outside. Sadly, many children got trapped inside while playing. Cats have 32 muscles that control their ears. Humans have only 6. These are some of the incredible animations that Janis Ronke uploads to his Instagram. Look at how he makes them. He makes us believe things that really aren't there. Raphael Breedy holds the Guinness record for walking on the highest flat treadmill in the world. The treadmill was suspended between 2 hot air balloons at an altitude of 1,300 meters. Watch how he balances and walks on the treadmill that is only 2.5 centimeters wide. He had a safety harness in case something went wrong. Look at how Kieran DeMighty cooks marshmallows with the help of a soap bubble. See how he fills it with a flammable gas and uses a blowtorch to ignite it. This is the shortest elevator ride in the world. It is located at the Tutzing station in Germany and goes up just 10 centimeters. What a waste of electricity. Jay Alvarez does all kinds of extreme things. In his last 2 videos, he raised a trampoline into the sky tied to a hot air balloon. He did the same with a skate ramp. He is food masku and creates masks out of food. This one is made with the ingredients for a hot dog, and this other one is even weirder. In Bali, monkeys steal phones, cameras, and glasses from tourists. They won't return them unless you give them something tasty to eat. In Oregon, USA, there is a dog daycare that offers a school bus service. This man picks up the little dogs from their homes and takes them to the daycare. Did you know that in North Korea, you have to turn your feces over to the government for use as fertilizer? Each citizen must meet an annual quota. Many Disney movies used live-action actors as references for their animations. Here you can see how actor Ed Kemmer served as a model for Prince Philip in Sleeping Beauty. This was so animators could visualize the scene. Did you know that you can use your hands and fingers to take rough measurements? Closing your fist gives you about 10 centimeters. This position gives you about 20 centimeters. This position gives you about 15 centimeters. These 3 fingers represent 5 centimeters. Your thumb represents 2 centimeters. Your pinky finger represents 1 centimeter. Remember, these are approximations and vary from person to person. Not everyone's hands measure the same. These are Australia's ocean pools. They are located at the shoreline and naturally fill with salt water. The only downside is that you can't use them when the weather is bad. Did you know that in Peru it's common for people to put alpacas in cars? It's not very common, but when it happens, it's really funny to see. Did you know that Vin Diesel has a twin brother? They don't look very much alike. Roman de Julie built this machine he called emitter. It is a set of droppers controlled by a computer that slowly releases drops of paint. Look at how it flows. The effect is incredible. Pedalata lost both of his legs, but that doesn't stop him from playing soccer better than most of us. When a watermelon is ripe, it can be opened with minimal effort. Just the pressure of a toothpick is enough. Look at how they filmed this horseback riding scene for the series A Journey of Love. This is because the actress is afraid of horses. She is Erica Hart, a pet detective. She uses her drone with thermal vision to find lost pets. She flies at night when there's not much noise or movement from people. So far, she has found and returned 330 pets to their owners. This is a male Zardava lizard, and it seems to be in a hurry. It looks for flat, elevated ground to display its colorful throat pouch in search of a female. This is a fruit called gak. It is also known as Cochinchina pumpkin. It is native to Southeast Asia. Its flavor is similar to a pumpkin, just with a gelatinous texture. Look at what giant bees do when a predator approaches. They release a chemical called Nasonov pheromone that makes them stick together. Here's a close-up. Look at how Sultan Kosin, the current tallest man in the world, looks next to a person who is 1 meter and 50 centimeters tall. Look at the height of the truck. This is Tucson Prime, a little dog who works as a salesman at a Hyundai dealership in Brazil. The little dog used to walk around the place, so the workers decided to adopt him and give him a job. The truth is that he attracts quite a few customers. Look at his identification badge. This is a portable toilet that fits in your backpack. According to the manufacturers, it can hold up to 300 kilograms of weight. Here is how it is set up. Hyde really shows us what these celebrities would look like if they were of different races. Shakira, Tom Cruise, David Beckham, Angelina Jolie, Elvis Presley, Cristiano Ronaldo. This strange and disgusting drink is called shiru no doriji. And yes, the fish are swallowed alive. It is a drink created in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. Fortunately, it is not very common. This is the perfect lemon to put on tacos. It is very rare for this to happen. Guofeng holds the Guinness record for the longest drawing in the world. It is 1 kilometer and 14 meters long. It was made at the top of the Great Wall of China. Have you ever seen a scorpion poop? This looks like a plastic straw. It is actually a pen feather. When the feathers of some birds grow, they are wrapped in a thin keratin structure. Birds preen and break this covering on their own. This is the longest arm hair on a woman. It measures 1840 centimeters. It was grown by Maisie Davis Outerland. This is the Leaning House. Yes, literally. It is a mix of artistic installation and an experimental building. It has a single column and sways with the movement of the occupants. This is one of many things we can do with augmented reality. This way, not a single centimeter will be left dirty. Doing chores could become a game. A few years ago, Doritos made this advertisement called Jurassic Dorito, in which they sent certain people the largest Dorito in the world. It was 18 times larger than a conventional one. Did you know that, in theory, you can step on lava? Look how he does it so quickly that the heat doesn't have time to hurt him. Still, it's best not to try it. Did you notice this detail in the movies Aladdin and Hercules? During this garden scene, Hercules and Megara see what appears to be a shooting star in the sky. It's not a star. It's the carpet that Jasmine and Aladdin were flying on. Look at how they pass by this same place in their movie. Even the statue is the same. Are all Disney movies connected? Martin Baca converted a retired Boeing 727 into a limousine. He had to remove its wings and slightly reduce its size to be legal to drive on the street. Here's how it looks inside. These are the desktop games from Forge Core: soccer, basketball, golf, and bowling. People with birthdays in January receive fewer gifts than people whose birthdays are the rest of the year. This is because people are very spent after the New Year's festivities. These transparent slides are located inside the World Trade Center Mall in Abu Dhabi. You can gain good speed. Would you ride them? These are IKEA's special edition hot dogs. They are sold on special occasions. They are completely black. The secret ingredient that gives them this color is bamboo charcoal powder. It is completely safe to consume. Many people wonder why there are no skeletons in the remains of the Titanic. This happens because at depths greater than 1 kilometer, seawater is saturated with calcium carbonate. This causes bones to dissolve. This is how screwdriver tips are made. This is what amusement rides looked like in 1930. They don't look very safe, to say the least. Look at the size of that railing. Have you ever seen a pangolin up close? Did you know that eating an entire pack of sour candies like these can cause your tongue to lose a layer of skin? She is Seijin, famous on the internet for her robotic dances. This is the widest book ever published. It measures 50 centimeters, has 10,080 pages, and weighs 9 kilos. I wonder how long it would take you to read it. This is a machine for testing shoes. The average lifespan of a pair of shoes is 800 kilometers. Did you know that in Germany there is a television program where contestants try to cut things perfectly in half? This one did it to perfection. Can you believe that Puma collaborated with Cheetos? This was the result. They come in a bag like snacks. Not bad. Circular breathing is a technique used in playing wind instruments. It prevents the sound from being interrupted when breathing. It is achieved by storing air in the mouth and blowing it out while inhaling through the nose. In 1985, the police in the United States sent free tickets to see the Super Bowl to the country's most wanted criminals. Believe it or not, many went and ended up getting arrested. This is how sponges or bath mats are made. In China, they built a suspended soccer field. It has nets on the sides to prevent accidents. During his reign, King Louis XIV of France popularized the use of salt and pepper because he didn't like many dishes. The violin can imitate the sounds of many animals. A cow, a horse, a chick, and a wolf. This is the future of basketball courts. It's made with hundreds of tempered glass screens. Look at all the effects it creates. It's like playing on a television. These speakers are charged with water that comes out of the shower. The water spins a turbine inside that charges the battery so you never have to charge it. This is how milkshakes were made in 1890. This device is called the sauce mover, and as its name suggests, you can move any type of sauce or liquid from a surface effortlessly. Very impressive, but who would spend their money on this? This is what the place where this famous Windows XP photo was taken looks like today. Now it's a vineyard. Look at the before and after. In this chart, we can see the most popular car colors for each year. These were the most popular in 1990. Quite varied. In 2008, the vast majority were black, gray, and white. And in 2020, gray overtook black. The average office worker is only productive for 2 hours and 23 minutes out of their 8-hour workday. I Am Brandon made a realistic version of one of the most famous rooms from cartoons, Hey Arnold. Who wouldn't want to have it? Did you know that sometimes the artificial intelligence controlling the cameras at football matches confuses the ball with a bald head? Watch how it keeps centering the shot on the referee's bald head. Green anacondas are the longest and heaviest snakes in the world. Look at the amount of pollen that trees can release during spring. Did you know that synchronized swimmers put jelly in their hair to avoid getting messy underwater? This is how they prepare it and apply it. Look how hard it gets. It looks like a helmet. This is how they remove it. This slow-motion shot shows us what people's faces look like when they jump. It happens so fast that we don't notice. Did you know that if you push a coin on dry ice, this happens? The coins dance because they are transferring heat from the environment to the dry ice block. This is the fastest drone in the world. It reaches speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour. Watch how it keeps pace with a Formula One car. The Dolphin Man does not exist. Here you have it, the Dolphin Man. Sandream does body surfing, which means he surfs with his body. Bumblebees make a different sound when collecting nectar from flowers. This is our planet, Earth, and this is the largest star we've found in the universe, Stephenson 218. Can you believe that a brand sells bracelets shaped like plastic belts or straps? They are the typical ones we use to secure cables, only these cost $500. This is the 1,000 rupee note from the Maldives. Do you see that shining? Those patterns imitate the spots and stripes of whale sharks and the shells of green turtles. For many, the most beautiful banknote in the world. Sophia F. Hayden holds the Guinness World Record for wearing the most sweaters at the same time, 45 in total. Did you know that 78% of the world's flags have red in them? The second most common color is blue, found in 71% of flags. Leopard Nick draws and animates arms in videos of animals, giving them a new meaning. On the sides you can see the original video, and in the center is his animation. Look at these chickens on skis. This is definitely my favorite. This is what the Megazord from the Power Rangers would look like from the ground, the EVA 01 from Evangelion. And this is the Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim. It is over 80 meters tall. Did you know that in China there is a Dragon Ball theater production? The truth is, it looks quite good. Watch how the audience gives their energy to Goku to perform the Genkidama. Delta Airlines offers flights to see solar eclipses from the air. This is the strip where the eclipse will be visible. And this is the route the plane will take. Passengers will be able to see these views from their windows. Did you know that in Taiwan, traffic signals are smart? They have a screen on which you can get directions. The sign rotates and points in the direction you need to go. Did you know that you can make your long socks short? Look at the size and how quickly the emergency slide inflates on airplanes. Did you know that today's human skeletons are much lighter and more fragile than those of our ancestors? This is due to the sedentary lifestyle of modern humans. Josephat Rahman was born with a disability that affects his hands, arms, and legs. Still, he plays the piano better than many. The most expensive medicine in the world is Hemgenix. A single treatment costs around $3.5 million. It's used to treat hemophilia B, a genetic bleeding disorder. Did you know that there is a world championship for blind football? Just look at the amazing goal this player scored. James from the Action Lab can make water square. He covered almost an entire metal surface with a water-repellent substance, leaving only a small square unpainted. This is the first 24-karat gold bill from Dubai. It's not an actual bill, it's a collector's item. It's made with 0.1 grams of gold and costs around $43. This is the highest recorded vertical jump with propulsion documented on video. The distance between his feet and the ground was 1.28 meters. It was achieved by Isaiah Rivera, who is 1.87 meters tall. The bar he touched was 3.78 meters above the ground. This is a list of the 10 least common birthdays. Do you know someone who has a birthday on any of these dates? This material uses a set of lenses to bend light around it. Here's what happens if you stand behind it. Did you know that there's a natural alternative to toilet paper? The leaves of the Brazilian boldo plant. They have a soft texture and a size similar to a toilet paper sheet. They are odorless and can be grown in any garden. Thomas Libertini collaborates with a beehive to create works of art. This is osmium, the densest and rarest material on the planet. To obtain this amount, more than 180 tons of stone must be mined. Watch how they take off the winter fur from this camel. The U.S. police shoot darts at cars involved in crimes to avoid chases and prevent accidents. The darts are equipped with GPS technology that allows them to track the suspect's actual location. They do it with just a press of a button on the patrol console. In this video, you can see how Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, races against 100 people. The most impressive part is that he's not running at full speed, and yet he still wins by a large margin. This is a sugar glider, a small marsupial mammal from Australia, and this is how they show affection to their kind. They rub their heads together to mark their scent. This is the escape system that astronauts use in case of an emergency during launch. Fabio Ferrioli captured on video the Italian synchronized swimming team. It looks like they're walking on water. This is how Olympic runners have to slow down when they find themselves in indoor stadiums with limited track space. Did you know that every year in Paris there's a waiter's race? Running is not allowed, only fast walking. It is required to carry a tray with a croissant, a cup of coffee, and a glass of water. You are disqualified if a single drop spills. Balenciaga did it again. This is their latest fashion item, the towel skirt. It can be yours for just $925. On the left side, you can see what forests looked like 10,000 years ago, and on the right side, their current state. It looks much less green. These are the 5 countries with the most Spanish speakers in the world. This is how disposable cutlery is made. A machine pours liquid plastic over these molds. Once they dry, they are stacked and packaged this way. Did you know that 420 million years ago, long before trees existed, there were fungi over 8 meters tall called prototaxites? Lenovo just announced a transparent laptop. I don't know how practical or convenient it is to have a screen like that, but I want one. This map shows us the happiest and unhappiest countries in the world. The happiest is in Europe. It's Finland with a score of 7.8, and the unhappiest is in Asia, Afghanistan, with only 2.4. Pause and look for your country. Have you ever wondered why they are called ice skates if they are not made of ice? Works by Design created ice shoes that live up to their name. Watch how they melt in the heat. Animation created the smallest flipbook in the world. It's microscopic, measuring only 2 by 5 millimeters. Watch it compared to a coin and the tip of a finger. It fits in the hand of a Lego figure. Did you know that in Japan, there is a drink flavored like gyoza? This is a type of pastry filled with minced meat and vegetables. As you can see from the children's reaction, it tastes exactly like the food. This is the largest aerial firework ever recorded on video. See how it lights up the sky. This is paper bread. It's trendy in Korea and is as thin as a sheet of paper. Would you try it? This was the first photo sent from a mobile phone. It was taken by Philippe Kahn in June 1997. Sometimes birds make their nests on traffic lights, especially in cold places. The light emitted by the bulbs warms their chicks. Did you know that more experienced tellers can count bills just by sound? Watch how they get it right even with their eyes closed. What you see on the map is the most remote land point from any ocean. It is the Gurban-Tungu Desert in Xinjiang Province, China. The nearest coast is located 2,648 kilometers away. This game is called Karam, and it's a type of billiards played with fingers. To win, the player must pot all the chips of one color. It's very popular in India. It looks quite fun. They are the epsones, members of the Greek Presidential Guard. As a requirement, they must be at least 1.87 meters tall and fit enough to lift their legs to shoulder height. The city of Colma, California, United States, has only 1,500 living inhabitants, but underground there are another 1.5 million. The city was founded as a necropolis in 1924. The dead outnumber the living by a ratio of 1,000 to 1. Did you know that most of the bearded vulture's diet consists of bones? They drop them from the air to break them. Sometimes they swallow them whole. When the Xbox Series S was released, many called it a toaster due to its square appearance. Microsoft got tired of hearing this and released the Xbox Series toaster. It prints the console's logo on the bread. Aubrey Norma holds the record for the most one-legged pull-ups with 2 balls, 35 in total. Angelina Jolie spent 18 minutes with bees crawling on her body to raise awareness about how important these insects are for our survival. The actress had to go 3 days without bathing, since bees dislike the scents of perfumes and cleaning products. That's how she avoided getting stung. One of the main reasons why Super Saiyans have blonde hair was to save time and not spend hours coloring the manga pages. This panda bear named Mung Air makes faces when breaking bamboo. He was separated from his mother as a baby, and humans taught him to do the things pandas normally do. When his trainer was teaching him to break bamboo, he made faces because it was very hard. He learned to make the same face. That's how pandas usually do it, and that's how Meng Air does it. Unlike the size between a common house cat and a Maine Coon. Did you know there is a condition called prosopometamorphopsia that alters visual perception of faces? Those who suffer from it often see people with pointy ears, gigantic eyes, and a jagged mouth. Look at how they filmed this scene for a commercial for an ice cream brand.